Okay, so I was having some tea downstairs, a cup of tea, and I was having some reflections on perspective, okay, on cases of perspective, because I was having this internal monologue on a experience of mine and how to easily and fairly communicate that experience. And it led me to an example that I seen somewhere on the internet. I think it was in Instagram. If I find the link, I think it was Instagram. If I find the link, I'll post it in the description. But it's about perspective, and I figured I would draw this because it's just easier to understand. So the video was talking about how multiple things can be real at once. Okay, so let's start off with this circle, and a circle within a circle, and then a circle within a circle within a circle. Okay, so this is one perspective of a situation, place, thought, thing, experience, anything. This is one perspective. Okay, and then if we can draw this in a different way, let me turn it around. So this is one dimension of the problem. This is another dimension. And the secret word here is dimension. I was going to say it afterwards, but the secret is dimension. Either dimension perspective or perspective dimension. I think it's an interchangeable term. And you can also observe these two in this manner. Or this manner. Depends how you want to see it. Depends which way you're looking at it. You know, one thing I learned in physics, I think it was year 8, 7, I'm not sure, was this. So you have the different ways in which dimension act. So height, length, length and depth, you know. Um, so this is one way of viewing a reality of a situation, but this is not the only way to view it, as I've demonstrated here. And this here, if we wanted to name these, we could name these like a first dimension and then a two-dimensional. Or if you use your imagination, this could be first dimensional, second dimension, third dimensional views, or any other way around. This is my way of seeing it. But there are objective ways of seeing things. And how do we know what way is the objective way? There is no certainty unless it's mathematically proven. But then, quantum mechanics and quantum physics is now showing you that even certain aspects of mathematics, particle interactions, and physics aren't concrete, and these are things that we take for granted because we believe they are concrete, whereas subatomic levels, they actually happen very differently, and they show the capacity of happening differently. So even our perception of universe, of this table, is one perception of a table. It's only a table because it has 4 legs and it's made of wood, and it supports things that are on it. And I was talking about, well, in my internal monologue, I was talking about how you can argue that these are all different dimensions, the same way that you could argue, for example, I bet you've seen this drawing somewhere. This is pretty terrible because I just drew a number sideways. That was unintentional. I'm looking at the phone screen, so it's really hard. Okay, so we have these two dudes, and this dude's saying it's a nine. Okay, and this dude here is looking this way. He's saying no, six. Okay. No, this is six. It's a six. Look, it does this. It's a six. No, it's a fucking nine. It's clearly a nine. Bah. Obviously, depending where you live, you wouldn't draw a nine with a little leg. You'd draw a nine like that. Okay, you wouldn't draw a G. For me, that's a G. See, for me, that would be a G. It wouldn't be a nine. So this guy's a dumbass for me. Okay. Then there's this dude at the back going, what the fuck? What the fuck? You know why this guy's going, what the fuck, at the back? Because he's like, what the fuck are these two dumbasses arguing about? This is a chalk drawing on the floor. I've got better stuff to do. I've got a life to live. I've got bills to pay. I got children to take care of. I've got fucking assignments to do. Or it doesn't have to be any of this. You know, he could be saying something completely different. It's just my perception of these two guys arguing over a G or a six, you know? And this guy is wrong, and that is my perception. But my perception is wrong for him. So it's easy to make assumptions on and judgment on people because you don't understand it. And to say that, and for me to say that this is not a nine, while this guy says it's a nine, for me to say that, it's ignorant. It's wrong. Because even though there is a reality, a true fact of what this is, which was drawn by the person, which is known by the person who drew this, the person who made this knows what the reality of this is, but the interpretations of other people that are uninformed or unaware, or just making assumptions based on experience or pattern recognition, this is all assumption, but it is right. But it is wrong. You know, I didn't draw a nine, I didn't draw a six, and I didn't draw a G. I drew a sideways either nine or six. And because a nine doesn't have a leg underneath, I drew a sideways six without knowing. For me, this is a sideways six or nothing at all, you know? Or, I don't know, maybe we could, like, do something like I don't know, this. And then I don't know what this is anymore. Okay, now what the fuck is that? Is this a bear? What the fuck is this? Okay, is this a pig? Okay, it's not a pig, it's got human feet. Is it Peppa? Is it Peppa Pig? I don't know. See? I don't care. This is the stuff of nightmares, isn't it? Yeah, so dimension perspective, or perspective dimension. The less you assume, or the less you judge, the better it is, because you don't understand the dimension, or you don't understand the perspective of what others are going through, what others are doing. You know, you might be able to give input onto something, like this drawing. What do you think this drawing means? And I can tell you, I don't know what it means. It's secretly a six, but it's some other random animal that now has wings. Okay, it has a wing. Tell me what this is now, okay? For me, this is a six with a bunch of shit I drew on it. Or it could be anything else. It could be whatever you want it to be. Okay, how far do you allow your creativity in your mind to go? How far do you allow yourself to see in a situation? Or how much do you restrict yourself? These are important and meaningful questions. So we should keep an open awareness that we don't know everything. Because once we start to assume we know everything and that this is the only right option, That's when we immediately discount all of these. And how are you sure this is the right option? Let's say this is your life's experiences, or maybe your family circles, or different aspects of your life. This is different aspects of your life. But this is not an absolute of what your experience is or what your experience could be. I hope this is making sense. My throat is getting really dry, and I really want to finish that tea before it gets cold. So I'm going to end the video here. I hope this has made sense, and I hope you haven't been too weirded out by Bob. Bob the Panda Pig Penguin, okay? BTPPP, or B plus PPP? What is B plus PPP? What does this mean? What does this mean? I don't know. How far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? Huh? Is this a rabbit? Or is this a rabbit? Is this a rabbit? That doesn't look like a rabbit. It looks like a... I don't know. It's like a Pikachu. Isn't it Pikachu? Yeah, now it's Pikachu. Pikachu explosion of fireball, electric shock, zappy, crackly stuff. See? What is reality? What is perspective? What the fuck is this? It's nothing. It's a crumpled piece of paper that I'm going to throw in the recycling bin. This video means nothing.